and welcome to PyOhio 2022. I am very excited to speak on the topic Paginated APIs x Python, and you must be wondering who's speaking, so here is me. A little introduction of mine. I am a full-time software engineer working at Arbisoft based in Lahore, Pakistan, and I have recently spoken to OpenEdX Conference 2022 in Portugal. And one of the last points that you can see is I love Python very much, and I'm excited to show you what I have there for you. Here's the agenda, what we will cover today. We will try to cover what are APIs, why pagination is required, how pagination is being done, some examples on how to script them into Python, and some related topics that are needed but will not be covered into this presentation are authentication, rate limitation, and detailed error handling due to time frame. All right then. So what are APIs? You must be aware. If not, APIs are mechanisms that enable two software components to communicate with each other using set definition of protocols. There are multiple protocols at present: SOAP APIs, RPC web calls, WebSockets, but we are more interested in REST APIs today, which are stateless in nature and use get, post, put, delete HTTP protocols and get the data into JSON or XML or plain data. Here's a simple API, as you can see into my code editor, that we can just fetch the results in one line, which is so simple. But in reality, APIs are not so simple and are made complex. So let's see what type of APIs are there. So when we have a lot of data into the database and we need to query, we need to divide the data into different pages. So we call them pages, and the page start, ends, have limits, have size limits, and everything. So we have basically divided them into different methods. So pagination in essence turns big data archives of data into smaller and more digestible pieces for computer. So first of all, we will look at the page-based pagination. So in this type of pagination, our results are simply divided into different pages, and each page has a limit or a size of that page, and we can jump onto any page that we want. So let's see how we can implement this. So we have some set variables. We are importing request library, and we have defined like max pages to get, and we will, so this is important, we will loop till we have all the pages, or we will early stop if our max pages is broken, reached. So we are getting total pages from here and appending data to our results, and here's incrementing our pages. So let's look quickly how it can run. And if you can see, we have a lot of pages, but we are going one by one into the pages, and we'll limit ourselves to the max pages that we have defined already. All right then. So into the second method, which is called offset-based pagination. In this, we set the offset that we need to skip these many values, and then for the limit, we can define, okay, these many values do we need to take. So we can implement this in a way, as you can see here. The structure might seem similar. There are a few differences. So we will keep on looping unless we have all the results, or we can already stop like the condition in here. And the important thing is we are skipping the results that we already have. So at the start, if we have like 10 results, we will skip them and then go next and next and next. So for link-based pagination, it's a very common pattern. So we have in the response, we get the next URL to get the results from. So either it's called next, or it can be like any different API specific. So we can implement it in a way that we will, for the first call, we will just hit the direct URL, and for the next call, we will see if there is a next URL available. We will loop on it, and we will fetch the results into our results, and it will break when there is a null into the next URL. And the last method is cursor-based method, and this is a common in Facebook Graph API, and we can similarly use cursor-based method as well. The details can be comprehended. And here's a brief comparison I have divided the components into very easily. Excuse me. And you can see that all the while calls are in place, are in same shape, and so that we can have a good comparison of how these pagination methods may differ. So we are out of time now. That's all. You can read more onto the slides, and the code is available into this GitHub URL. Thank you.